The birth of the NBA, a league created in chaos before the millions in contracts. Before the iconic uniforms, the monstrous dunks and the packed stands. The NBA was just an idea, a fragile, discredited, and almost forgotten idea. But what few people know is that this league was only born out of sheer desperation, and it almost died before it even began. Stay tuned until the end, because the behind-the-scenes story of this origin is more shocking than you can imagine. The merger that changed basketball. Year 1946, New York. As the world struggled to recover after World War II, a group of hockey executives met in secret. Not to talk about ice, but about courts. They wanted something to fill the empty gyms during the off-season, basketball. And so the Basketball Association of America, BAA, was born. But make no mistake, this was far from a spectacle. Players barely earned enough to live on. Most worked as delivery men, cleaners, or teachers between games. At the same time, the National Basketball League, NBL, already existed, with teams in smaller cities and more experienced players. Soon the two leagues began a veritable Cold War. They stole players, sabotaged contracts, and desperately sought audiences. In 1949, with no money and bankruptcy looming, they merged. The NBA was born, not out of ambition, but out of survival. But the craziest part? Even after the merger, the NBA was almost over. The chaos was just beginning, and the worst was yet to come. The chaos before the glory. The NBA's first turbulent years. The merger saved the NBA on paper. In practice, it was the beginning of a logistical and financial nightmare. In the early 1950s, teams disappeared overnight. In 1950, there were 17 franchises. 2 years later, only 10 remained. Some teams played in school gyms, others shared courts with circuses and wrestling events. Players slept on buses. They traveled without spare uniforms. They were paid in cash, sometimes late. And the crowd? Virtually non-existent. Some games had fewer than 400 fans in the stands, but the biggest dilemma wasn't just the lack of money. It was racial segregation. The NBA started out as an all-white league, but in 1950, 3 men changed that forever. Chuck Cooper, the first black player to be drafted. Earl Lloyd, the first to play in an official NBA game. Nat Sweetwater. Clifton, the first to sign a contract with a franchise. These names aren't on the best-selling jerseys, but without them, there would be no NBA as we know it. If you're already feeling the weight of this story, just imagine what's coming. We haven't even begun to talk about the rivalries, legends, and scandals that shaped this league. So like us now, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. Have you ever heard of these first black NBA players? This part of history deserves to be remembered. Let's give it a voice together.